24% of people who self-fund their care home fees run out of money and fall back on state support. You might be forgiven for thinking, well, if I run out of money, the state will pay for everything. Local authorities have a legal responsibility to provide financial support if your assets and income fall below certain thresholds, but it's important to be aware of the implications. In this video, I will explain what happens if you're in care and you run out of money to pay the fees. Firstly, if this should happen, the local authority are only likely to pay your care provider their set local authority rate. Currently, this is usually below the level that care providers charge self-funders. The current care system is a bit nuts. It largely propped up by this cross-subsidy between higher fees from self-funders and the lower amounts paid by local authorities. If the care home that someone is in when they run out of money has no local authority places available or is a self-funder only residence, this is likely to mean either family or friends must pay the difference between the local authority rate and the usually higher fees that the care home actually charges. This is known as third-party top-up. In the worst-case scenario, if such a top-up is not available, the person in care may have to move to another care home, which may be in a different area, or which they may not like, but which accepts the local authority rate. This can be very distressing for all involved. Secondly, when someone's money runs out, their care needs will be assessed to determine whether the local authority will step in at all. For example, if an individual is in a care home or receiving home care as much from choice as a necessity and runs out of money, it's quite possible that they could be assessed as not having severe enough needs for the local authority to pick up any of the costs of their care. In England, the Care Act 2014 introduced national criteria for eligibility. These are the conditions an individual must meet to qualify for care and support. What this means in practice is if someone's level of need does not meet the minimum eligibility criteria, they will have to find a way to continue to fund their own care, or, as is often the case, end up relying on family or friends to either pay the fees or to act as unpaid carers. In any event, if you no longer have enough money to fund your care, you will need to be reassessed by your local authority. If your capital drops below a certain level, which is currently £14,250 in England, you may start to receive state funding. It can take time for new funding arrangements to be set up, so you should contact your local authority if your assets dip below the relevant capital threshold to ensure a smooth transition from self-funding to full or partial local authority funding, should you be eligible. Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. I'm Justin King. My aim is to help people live successful lives, and that often involves understanding your money. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button to help more people like you find my channel, and check out the show notes for some useful links on things I've discussed in this video. To find out more about finding and funding care in later life, check out the other videos on my channel. For now, I'm Justin King, helping you live your best life.